the reticence, Stephen? Why hasn't Deutsche Bank just handed over these documents?
Well, what they've said in the past, the Democrats in Congress have been pushing for Deutsche Bank to release those documents in a while. But Deutsche Bank has always said we can't. It's a confidential client relationship. We can't just release these documents. We need a formal request from Congress or now a subpoena. Now they have it, and I guess now they're releasing them.
Is it to Deutsche Bank's interest to actually release these documents? Might it eventually, benefit the bank that it's transparent and it has nothing to hide?
I think that may be the case. Someone in the bank previously told me they would love to release the documents, if only to get out of the headlines. As you know, Democrats have been pushing and trying to drag Deutsche Bank back into the headlines. To get this off of their chest now is probably something of a relief for the bank. I'm pretty sure they're quite happy they can release those documents now, yeah.
Stephen, remind us about this relationship between the president and Deutsche Bank, which stretches back decades.
That is absolutely true. As we all know, President Trump used to be a real estate developer, and Deutsche Bank is a big bank in real estate finance. So the two have had a long relationship, not always harmonious. But Deutsche Bank has been for a long time the biggest financer for then real estate developer Donald Trump. And those debts still exist today. We know at Bloomberg that he's about $300 million in debt to Deutsche Bank still today. And of course, that still is a very, very important relationship for both sides. And therefore, there's a lot of interest in that relationship.
Will news of the subpoena against Deutsche Bank, Stephen, add to Trump's vitriol against investigators?
That may be the case. I'm a German banking reporter, so I'm not entirely sure. But of course, he has said before that he would not like the investigation to expand beyond himself. These documents are also about his family. So personally, I would expect him to not be very happy about this. We'll see what he says about it.
Stephen, does this have any impact on, the bigger picture when it comes to Deutsche Bank? We've talked long and hard about the turnaround of Deutsche Bank, the lack of the ability to produce revenue growth. Does this feed into the narrative when it comes to Deutsche Bank in 2017?
I think it does. I think it does feed into the narrative of John Crine being the one who's cleaning up the bank. If it plays out the way it could now, that they hand over the documents and then this chapter is sort of closed for the bank, then yeah, I mean, it's another thing, another legacy issue they've dealt with. Of course, we don't know what those documents will reveal in the end. And if they reveal something more sinister, then then it may come back to haunt Deutsche Bank. But I think at the moment, it's first of all a step towards more transparency and therefore a positive for the bank.